Before we start, Massdrop and I are giving away the ultimate $200 smartphone bundle featuring the Audio-Technica ATH M50s, a portable battery, a portable Bluetooth speaker, and a custom D-brand phone skin of your choice. To enter this giveaway, just use the link below to go make a Massdrop account and then leave a comment on this video. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be testing the scratch resistance of the iPhone 6, that being the aluminum back and the glass front of it, because I actually think the back is going to do worse than the front against sharp objects. But I'm not just going to try to destroy it like some other people would. I'm going to actually put it through realistic scenarios, so starting off with coins in like a container, and then keys, because those are both situations that would happen in everyday life, so it's showing you the durability that you would get out of an iPhone 6. But then after that, we are going to take a knife, and we're going to take the iPhone 6 to its limits and see how much it can withstand. I'm not going to go past that. I'm not going to ruin the phone with this knife, but I do want to see how much it can withstand. So without any further ado, let's scratch the phone. Alright, so the first test is a coin test. I have this container of coins right here, and then I have a bag underneath it. This is an Audio-Technica leather bag, and the bag is going to represent whether it be a purse or wallet or anything like that, and I'm going to put some coins in it. But at first, we need to put the phone in it, so let's go ahead and put the phone in there. I'm just going to grab a handful of coins, which is like, I'll do about half that hand, which is about the amount of change that somebody would have on them at any one time. Then I'm going to go ahead and close the bag so it's almost sealed. I'm just going to shake it around. So this is what it would be like if you were, say, walking or jogging with change in the same pocket as your phone. Alright, so let's take that out. Let's take the phone out and see how it is. It actually looks a little scuffed up. That's really surprising. I thought it was going to fare a lot better than that. I have a light right here that it's not going to help too much. Let's see if I can catch it on the camera. So you can see as I move down the iPhone, it definitely has some scuffs here and there from the coins, which was surprising. I didn't think the coins were going to affect so much. You can totally see it up there. But now I'm actually going to put it back in and put it with a couple more coins, just in case you're the type that has a lot of coins in your purse, or maybe for some reason you have a lot of coins in your pocket at once. So I'm just going to put in another small handful, drop the penny, put it in there, zip it on up. Let's check it out. Definitely still scuffed up. That is really noticeable too. Down by the corners. The white antenna actually are the ones that are getting affected the most, because I guess it's a very thin layer of paint that white is, maybe. That could be an explanation for it. But yeah, the coins definitely scuffed it up. I actually don't see anything bad on the screen. It looks basically like it did before. But picking up again light is pretty hard. Yeah, you can see it's just some dust particles, maybe a few scratches here and there, but it's really nothing bad. Nothing bad at all. The screen is fine. I guess the front is a bit stronger than the back, and especially when you don't even have that light on it, you can't notice anything at all. So for a coin test, the back, as I feared, the aluminum did not fare so well, but the front, which is just a large glass covering, that was pretty good. So okay to the front, but the back is definitely going to get scuffed up, even by just some coins. Alright, so now we're moving on to the keys. This is the second realistic test. It's just a set of keys. I'm just going to start off by grabbing, I guess I'll grab all three. No, just two. And I'll just rub it along the front softly. So this is like if you put your keys in the pocket with your phone and you just walked around with them and it was on the front part of your screen. Rubbing along for a little, maybe a little. And there's nothing. The screen is still in perfect condition. There's not a single scratch on it or anything. Totally perfect condition. So the keys did not do much, but I'm going to now do it on the front a little bit harder with the keys, as if you were running, or maybe you sat on them, you had your keys and your phone in your back pocket and you sat on it. So now I'm just going to try to dig in a little bit with the keys. But not too hard, because it's kind of an unrealistic scenario to be doing that. Maybe a little. And we check it out and just wipe it real quick. And we check it out. Still fine. Totally fine. That screen is not getting damaged at all by the keys. So good for the screen, but now onto the back. I'll start with it soft. couple clanks. The clanks are horizontal across the phone and the sliding will be vertical, just to see which one does more damage. Up on this Apple logo, see if it scratches the Apple logo. Down on the antenna, that definitely affected it. You can see it definitely on the antenna, but that is a theme. The coins affected the antenna too. And then as we move up on the phone, there's just slight, very hard to see scratches. I'm pretty sure you could just be able to wipe that off. Maybe if I lick my finger and just wipe. Yeah, that got rid of most of those. So when I was sliding it along the phone, it didn't do too much. Neither with the dabbing, but again, around the antennas, definitely damaged it, which just means the paint or whatever they used to cover those antenna areas was really low quality, and you can see that. So I'm going to do it one more time, just a little harder. Wow, that is really doing something. Harder down by the antenna, up by the upper antenna, couple clanks. Give it a wipe and let's look at it one more time. Zoom in a bit for it. Yeah, look at the antenna. Wow, that really dug in. Those weren't even that sharp of keys. I wasn't pressing that hard. So if you were running and you left your keys on the back side of your phone in your pocket, you're gonna have a rough time because that really marked up the phone. The antennas are really bad. The back was just normally scratched, so I'll try to just wipe it off, but I don't think that's gonna work too well. Oh, it did. Wow, okay, wait a minute. The damage done on the antenna is even coming off a little bit. Actually, you know what? I figured I'd film myself clean it because if this does work, I'd rather have it live and you know exactly what works. So I'm gonna use 91% isopropyl alcohol and then a microfiber cloth and just go to town and see how that works out. So I just dampen the cloth and now I'm just gonna rub it along the phone. So some seem like they're definitely coming out, but a lot seem like they're staying. There are definitely some scratches that are still there. You can easily see the scratch right down the center there. Some scuffs up here. But honestly, because it's aluminum, the scuffs don't look too bad. You can live with them. And then up on the antenna, there are still some scuffs, but the alcohol, cleaning it greatly reduced the amount of scuffs, especially on the antenna. So I take back a little bit, but there are still some scratches there that you're not going to get rid of. And finally, what I assume you've all been waiting for is the knife. Now, this is not realistic in any way. This is testing it to its limit. So I'm not going to just take the knife and dig through until it breaks. I'm just going to see how hard I can press. And I just want to prove how sharp this knife is with an example. So I'm going to unsheath it or seethe it or whatever that word is. So I'm going to move the iPhone out of the way for a second and grab my HTC One. Now all of you know this phone. This is the HTC One M7, the original. I'm just going to press lightly into the back and drag. Yeah, it just digs into the metal. So let's move on to the iPhone. The more important part. Okay, so, and knife one, I'm just gonna go down diagonally. And that's extremely soft. The amount of pressure I'm putting that is very small. Yeah, you can see that those completely dug into the phone. I'm gonna take the isopropyl alcohol microfiber cloth and see if you can wipe them off. No, those are into the back. So the back has met its match with the coins, the keys, and the knife especially. With the coins, you can kind of wash it off, keys a little bit, and knife not at all. I'll try it on the antenna real quick. My guess is, yeah, you can see it just scratched right through. But now let's move on to the front. I think we could be surprised here. It's possible. I don't really know what's going to happen. So I'll try to just get a shot in the light. I'm going to put that in focus, and I'm just going to drag the knife across. And that's with a decent amount of force. I'm not just resting it on, but I'm not like pushing it as hard as I can. So that, maybe get a little bit more of the point. A little bit hard. And nothing at all. It is still in completely perfect condition, as you can see. There's just some smudges from my fingerprints, but it is in good condition. So that's impressive. The front has like held up against every single sharp object. I'm gonna try with a little more force now. I'm still not even making a dent in it. This is really impressive. So it looks like the front cannot be scratched. They claimed it was fingerprint resistant, but I'm going as far to say as it's scratch resistant. It will not scratch against sharp objects. This is an extremely sharp knife, and it is not scratching at all. So good on the front, different story on the back. So let's conclude a little bit here with the scratch test. The back will get scuffed up, and it will get scuffed up pretty bad even with just keys and coins, because those are really digging into the aluminum, especially the antennas, because they're just impressionable, I guess. But they do wipe off if they're just not very deep scratches. But if it is a deep scratch, which I did achieve with keys, not just a knife, I got that with the keys, you cannot wipe it off, and it will look scuffed up, but since it is aluminum, it's not too bad. And then the front of the screen is, or the front of the phone, the screen is absolutely flawless. Even the knife couldn't like really make a scratch, and that without, if I went at full strength, it would have made a scratch, but that's just a little unrealistic and overboard. So at a normal strength with a very sharp knife, it didn't even make a scratch into the front of the screen. So whatever they did on the screen, good job, but the aluminum on the back is very scratch prone, I guess, where some of it can be wiped off. So thank you for watching. If you like this kind of thing, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more iPhone 6 content. Thank you for watching, and stay classy.